Hey guys, if you want to take back some of your landscaping that's kind of gotten out of hand for years, you want to start to apply mulch and kind of kill the weeds and the grasses that are encroaching on your plants. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how you can do it without using chemicals and to really bring it back to life so it looks a lot more appealing to the eye. So stay tuned. So my name is Brad Kemp. I'm with Blue Nile Farm, and one of the first things you need to do is get in here and start cutting, whether you're using a weed whacker or a mower, and get as much of the grass and weeds cut out of here as possible. You want to go as low as you can and just get this thing cut down. That's the first thing. The second thing you want to do is find yourself a bunch of cardboard. And the whole goal is to put cardboard on the perimeter around the plant so you can actually start to smother the weeds. Now, some people will say, well, I would rather use landscaping cloth. The thing about what's nice about having the cardboard is the fact is one, it's biodegradable. Number two, it'll hold down a little bit better, and you won't ever get stuck uh, that often when if you have to get back into this bed that you're going to be pulling up material like you would if you had landscaping fabric. So this will work out a lot better for you, and I think it'll probably give you a better barrier and weed suppression by using it first. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to take mulch, and we're not going to be too cheap. We're going to be putting in 4 inches to 6 inches worth of mulch, and we're going to pile it on top of that cardboard, and we're going to set our perimeter with that. That'll suppress the weeds, kill the weeds off, and it's going to look a lot nicer. That, in a nutshell, is what we're doing. It's exactly what we're going to do, and that's how we're going to transform this burning bush into something that looks a lot more aesthetically pleasing. All right, guys, so my neighbor's out mowing, so hopefully you can hear me. But what we're trying to do is use a rake. We're reaching deep into the tree. We're getting rid of any kind of weeds and undergrowth that's not part of the plant. We cut around the whole tree. Any branches that were dead, we removed. And we're just trying to thin it out as much as possible because, again, I just want to have the best success. And we're going to lay cardboard all around this tree, and then we're going to lay down that mulch. So set yourself up for success. Now, do I have to go this extreme? Probably not. But I want to make sure this is done right the first time. I don't like to screw around. And I'm definitely going to load it up with mulch. So we're going to clean around the tree as best we can. And that's the step one. We've already cut it. We cut out dead branches over here. We had a heavy snow load of 5 foot. It broke a few branches and they were leaned over, so we just removed them. Now this is a burning bush. It's probably better off to be trimmed back in winter time, or very, very early spring, like February, March. And I'm not going to touch it now, but I am going to have enough of a bed coming out away from this plant, the burning bush, to at least here. So it's going to encase everything around it, so when we cut, we don't have to cut underneath it. We can cut right up to it. I'm not going to put any barriers or anything. We're just going to lay it heavy with mulch and cardboard, and that'll be that. So we're going to continue on dragging as much out, and I just want to kind of show you still in phase one of getting this cleaned up. So we cleaned underneath the tree the best we could, and it's not perfect, but we got as much as we could, as close as we could. And here you can see a skid steer bucket full of broken branches and some of the debris that we pulled from underneath the tree. But overall, we didn't do too bad, and I'm not expecting much, but we used a mower and we used a weed eater. And so we still have grass. We're not trying to kill our grass. We're going to use the cardboard to actually suppress the grasses and kill it. And we exposed the riser. This actually is my cistern, and we planted 20, almost 30 years ago, these 2 burning bushes on top of the cistern, and it's been let go for 18 years. So it's well overdue, and it's going to look a lot nicer once we get some mulch under there. All right, so now we laid cardboard all around the tree, as much cardboard as I actually have, and it's good enough because realistically, the mulch itself, because we're going to put about 6 inches down, we're definitely going to kill most of the weeds, if not all the weeds. And what we definitely want to protect is underneath the tree, because that's where most of the weeds are and they're hard to get to. So we're going to basically wet this down right before we put mulch down with a hose, just to soften it. And then we're going to start throwing our mulch down, and that should take care of the problem. And this is mulch that I made off my farm called Blue Nile Mulch. That's what I call it. And it's mostly screened wood chips with a little bit of dirt to it, and works really nice. So let's get to it. So I got about, I'd say, 1.5 yards of material as far as mulch goes into this bed. I need to do at least one more load, and we'll have this all covered up. But this is kind of the idea here, is to get that mulch thick, deep, and to cover up your cardboard. And it's kind of like a 1-2 punch. And it, again, it'll maintain the moisture in here, and it will keep the weeds down and out. And that's what the whole goal is, to put an adequate amount of mulch. So we're going to do it again, like I said, the other side, and we should be good to go. So guys, here's the bed itself. It looks really pretty good. We got probably about 4 yards of material on here, and we covered a large area. It's pretty deep, and it's definitely going to suppress the weeds. So I'm pretty happy with it. And the one thing I want to put in closing is that when we put down our cardboard, we definitely soaked it with water, and it made it more pliable, so that when you put your mulch on top of it, it actually lays better versus being stiff. So that's one suggestion I have. Other than that, this is the way to go. It's pretty simple, and this is just a good way of maintaining. The biggest problem with most people, in my experience, is they're too cheap on their mulch, and they'll put too little bit. You need 4 to 6 inches to really make it work. If you can even find a cheaper material and then put a prettier coat on top, if that's what you want, like dyed mulch, that's fine. This is a blend that we make on the farm. I call it Blue Nile Mulch, and basically it's screen chips, and with a little bit of topsoil, dirt, maybe some manure in it, depending on where it is in the process. And it works out really nice, and it's natural, and there's no dye to it, and I like it. So when it rains, it gets darker, and it's a little darker, but then if not, it gets like a lighter charcoal black. So it looks good for us, and if you can find something like this will work out good for you. But definitely turn your bad beds into something nice again, and try this. You might like it. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.